Chris, there's an email that went out to your supporters today saying that Social Security is the defining issue in this campaign. Last week you said you wanted to talk about the issues. Are you going to be talking about anything other than Social Security?
I talked about Social Security and Medicare here today because the differences between Linda McMahon and I are substantial on both Social Security and Medicare. Linda McMahon has a dangerous plan to sunset Social Security in 10 years. I would never support that. Linda McMahon has shown a willingness to support the Romney-Ryan plan to privatize Medicare. I'll fight that privatization plan with every breath I have as senator. So these are two very important differences between Linda McMahon and I on two very important federal programs, Social Security and Medicare. And I think that seniors and voters across the state need to know those differences.
But are you going to talk about anything else besides this?
Sure. Well, we've been talking about women's health care as well over the last 2 weeks. Right now, this is a very important issue to the people of this state. People want to know the differences between us on Social Security and Medicare. And listen, Linda McMahon has spent a long time trying to hide from her record on Social Security. It wasn't until we discovered a videotape of her speaking before a Tea Party group that we understood what she really feels about Social Security, that she supports ending the program in 10 years if changes aren't made. And so, in a short amount of time, we're trying to let people know what Linda McMahon's true feelings are about Social Security, since she's had a year and a half to try to cover up her real views.
Well, she vociferously denies that is, in fact, her position.
The day after that videotape was discovered, she gave an interview in which she doubled down on that position, in which she said that she still supports re-looking at Social Security as a long-term program in 10 to 15 years. Her campaign seems to be constantly walking back comments that Linda McMahon makes herself. Linda McMahon will be the senator for this state, not her campaign manager. And Linda McMahon consistently says that she will consider the privatization of Medicare, and on more than one occasion has said that she would support sunsetting Social Security.
Can we talk about jobs for a minute?
Sure.
Aetna talks about laying off 80 more workers. RICO, 50-some-odd jobs in their plant in New Jersey is closing. Linda McMahon says she has a jobs plan, says you don't.
Well, Linda McMahon's jobs plan is centered around giving herself a $7 million tax cut. We know that tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires don't create jobs. What we need to do in order to create jobs is to invest in our people and our infrastructure. Part of the reason that companies are not creating jobs in Connecticut is because they don't have the workforce that they need, and we have an aging infrastructure that doesn't allow them to move goods and people in and out of this state. And part of the reason that this economy can't get going is because we haven't gotten serious enough about deficit reduction. Linda McMahon's economic plan is a plan to explode the federal deficit by continuing to provide unpaid-for tax cuts for the wealthy. Linda McMahon's plan would be horrible for jobs. And the centerpiece of her plan, a large tax cut for the wealthy, has been proven over and over again to be a job killer, not a job creator.
Less than 50% of the jobs that were lost in this recession have not even come back. What's really going to change? And don't you think voters are going to pay close attention to that in November?
Well, another way that jobs are created is by people having money in their pocket to spend in our economy. Privatizing Social Security and Medicare would rip money out of the hands of seniors that spend money in our supermarkets, in our diners, in our small businesses. And so Social Security and Medicare are economic issues. They're not just economic issues to the people who receive those checks. They're economic issues to the businesses that are supported by Medicare and Social Security beneficiaries who spend that money in the economy.
What happened to Max Richmond today?
He had a last-minute scheduling conflict, as I understand. We hope to have him back. So Senator Blumenthal's a pretty good stand.
When did you guys find out about that?
I think this morning we found out about that. So I think we let you guys know as soon as we found out. So.
Mrs. McMahon is changed strategy a little bit and is emphasizing your attendance record in Congress again. There's an ad out, and she's amping up her press operation again. Respond to that. I mean, she does point to certain votes that, in fact, the record appeared to be accurate that you did miss. So please respond.
Well, Linda McMahon is scared to death of a campaign that is talking about the issues. She knows that she loses this campaign if voters are focused on the differences between her and I on Social Security, Medicare, and women's health. I've been answering this charge, since she started running ads over the summer, and the answer remains the same. I've had a 97% voting record in Congress. When there's a choice between listening to my constituents and listening to politicians and lobbyists testify on panels in Washington, I always listen to my constituents. But Linda McMahon is going to continue to wage this campaign based on personal attacks on me and my family, because she does not want this race to be about the issues that people here at this nursing home and people across the state really care about.
Can you answer the debate on a lighter note?
Sure.
The debate coming up on Sunday. Your campaign is being very tight-lipped about who the person is who you're debating in your preparations. But can
Have
you
you been tight-lipped about the person I'm debating?
Yeah, well,
Linda McMahon is the
no.
person I'm debating.
in the mock debate. But can you talk about your preps and what you're doing to prepare for Sunday, which is obviously important to a lot of voters?
Listen, I'm looking forward to debating the issues on Sunday. I think people are sick and tired of listening to Linda McMahon's personal attack ads against me and my family. I think they want to hear what the differences between her and I are when it comes to jobs, health care, education, and deficit reduction. And so I'm preparing to have a debate based on the issues. I think if Sunday's debate is on the issues and the rest of this campaign is based on the issues, then we win. So, all right, thank you very much, everybody.
Great.
Thank you, guys.
You basically told these people that they